Hey, this is Gwent Lost and Forgotten Cards, episode 17. Today's deck is called Rock and Roll, and we're taking a look at two cards in specific today. That is Bekker's Rockslide and Doadrick. These two cards don't see too much play, so I tried to make them work in a control-heavy construct list. Bekker's Rockslide, it doesn't see too much play mainly because its provision cost is too high. It only does 8 damage, so the provision cost should, I think, be at least 6 or 7 in order for it to be playable or viable. Next we have Doadrick. He is one of the very few faction hybrid cards where you can play him in both Syndicate or Nilfgaard. He'll come down on the ranged row and you can use his order once a turn to draw a card and shuffle a card to the bottom of your deck. We are running these two cards in a tactical decision deck where you play Morvan Vorus and draw and shuffle cards to the top of your deck. Because we are playing both Tactical Decision and Doadrick, it only makes sense to also run Snowdrop, which gains value off the number of cards that you draw. You usually want to play Snowdrop and your leader ability together, so Snowdrop gets the most possible value, and if you have Doadrick on the board while Snowdrop is there, Doadrick will turn Snowdrop into a 2-point per turn engine. We are running a Cursed Scroll. This is because we have a lot of bronze units that we don't want in our starting hand, including Mage Assassin, Diplomacy, or Rock Barrage. There's also some times where having Colossal Ifrit or Enraged Ifrit in your starting hand may not be ideal because they have not built up any value yet. For our constructs, we are running Colossal and Enraged Ifrit. Colossal Ifrit will come down and deal damage to adjacent enemy units based on the number of constructs you played earlier in this game, and it'll be on a cooldown of 3, so you could hopefully use the ability multiple times. We also have Enraged Ifrit. It'll come down and deal 5 damage with scales up if you play more constructs. We're also running a Heat Wave, which is straightforward removal. It is a point-and-click banish for a unit or artifact. We're playing Royal Decree because we want to thin out our deck, and this will help us reach a card that we might need. Primordial Dow, this will be one of our finishers because it'll just boost itself by the number of constructs we've played earlier. Because we're playing a control list, it makes sense to run Vilgefortz. He is good tall removal and has the added bonus of thinning out a bronze card from your opponent's deck. We also have Tesha Mutna Sword. This card gains more value depending on how many statuses the opposing unit has, and this is also a secret weapon against Ciri Nova. Because Ciri Nova comes down with 3 statuses, Tesha Mutna will do 15 damage and remove it instantly. We're also running Prophet. Prophet's a fun card. Most people don't see him coming because he doesn't get too much play, and he's good to play when you have 4 cards remaining in your hand, and he has a really high potential of locking a vital card that your opponent might be waiting or setting up for a combo or a finisher. We're running Frenzied Dow because we are running 2 Rock Barrages. Frenzied Dow is good damage, removal, and thinning. We have Decoy because we thin out our deck to almost no or 1 unit on round 3. We can use Decoy to accurately replay a gold unit, for example Colossal or Enraged, or shuffle back something like Prophet and play our final construct. Because we have so many special cards and so few units, it makes sense to run Arcane Tome and be able to access removal when we need it, like Bekker's or Teshem. We also have an Imperial Golem. Imperial Golem, we don't really care too much how much damage it takes when we play it, because we can refresh it to full health with the spores, but we're mainly playing Imperial Golem because we want to give our other constructs value, especially Frenzied Dow, because it allows Frenzied Dow to throw both rocks out of our deck instead of just 1. We are running Blightmakers and Mage Assassins because we want thinning, and we want to try and get our Blightmakers out as fast as possible. We have a Vial of Forbidden Knowledge. It's a good proactive play because a lot of our deck is reactive in nature. This is a decent opener. You can play Vial of Forbidden Knowledge as your first card if you're going first. For our bronzes, I have 2 Imperial Diplomacy and 1 Spores, but to be honest, you can run whatever bronze specials you want in place of these cards. This is just personal preference. I wouldn't recommend running a bronze unit because it would take away from decoy value, where you might potentially pull a bronze unit instead of replaying a gold unit like Enraged Ifrit. When shuffling back cards, it's important to keep in mind where your cards are going. The cards that you shuffle away with our Tactical Decision Leader ability will go to the top of your deck. The ones you shuffle away with Doadrick will go to the bottom, and the ones you shuffle away with Snowdrop will go somewhere random. So when selecting cards, Doadrick should shuffle back bronze cards that we don't want ever, and Tactical Decision should shuffle cards that we want to draw immediately. If we can keep track of where our cards are going, we always have a generally good idea of what card we can play with Decoy. I hope you guys enjoy this deck. I'm going to cut to the gameplay.
Nothing personal, I assure you.
Herze eban lui. I bring death, quite literally.
I like you whether you like us or not.
My men know the meaning of sacrifice.
Must be secure.
Boss doesn't like you.
Quite the menial task.
Be not afraid.
This'll only hurt things.
Anis! Go on! Show me what this toy you wield can do! It will descend death and destruction. The ring of the herald and the triumph of death.
I do not mince words on principle.
I'll have scores to settle.
Anything in particular interest you?
You've got the heart of an uncrate.
The gods won't be pleased. No good wine will come from here, not even comfort. Tide rolls in, tide rolls out. It's not anything you could possibly explain. Yes, foil.
speak to him?
Why aren't you listening? Listen to me sing, damn it!
Not all battles need end in bloodshed.
Novigrad will make a fine provincial seat.
Stake stars reflected in a pond from the night sky.
They were the not to stop me.
Glory to Svalbard!
The coming of the herald and the triumph of death. I could do this all day.
I can help you if you wish.
Who are you to judge us?
Blood for Svalbard!
We'll follow you always into the fair.
Let's take the measure of manhood. No good wine will come from here, not even comfort. To do business with you is ever a pleasure.
Listen to me sing, damn it!
Not all battles need end in bloodshed.
Beast and its retinue. Anything in particular interest you?
Resist and you prolong your suffering. Your fate is sealed.
stars reflected in a pond for the night sky.